Hello everyone and welcome to Like Minds, Two Hearts, One Mind, One God. I am Julian and I want to thank you for tuning in, as I do believe I have some practical and necessary tools to help engage two hearts through one mind in one God. Well, this is it. The last episode, the very last episode of the Sexist Origin and Identity 5-part series. And I hope you enjoy listening in as much as I love sharing these few principles taken away from my latest book, Like Minds, Two Hearts, One Mind, One God, Rediscovering the Value of Marriage, which is available now wherever books are sold. I will be closing this series on the spiritual element of sex. Now, following up to our last episode, I want to continue in the same vein of discussing man perverting the very thing God created as holy. I mentioned previously that sex as a creation of God is an holy act within the confines of a marriage, okay? Which by default, this same act outside of marriage becomes sexual immorality or simply fornication, okay? To address fornication, okay, the Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians 6:13 through 20, which I encourage you to read, enlightens the reader on the significance of this spiritual and physical activity. Now, there are two critical takeaways from these scriptures concerning fornication. If you're taking notes, number one, anyone who fornicates becomes one in the flesh with their partner, okay? Get that. Number two, anyone who fornicates sins against their own body, okay? A few scriptures may reference these same concepts. Here's just one of the few places where the idea of soul ties becomes paramount in the New Testament. But it is also worth mentioning that the topic or phrase soul ties, like many other topics in the Bible, is often a controversial topic in that the phrase is never stated in the Bible at all, okay? However, the term itself implies that two people are joined together in a life partnership, okay, as in a marriage. Genesis 2:24 says, "Therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh." Okay? So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Which brings me to this. When we practice fornication with multiple partners, we are knitting our souls, which is our mind, will, and emotions together as one through intercourse. Again, referencing 1 Corinthians 6:16 through 17. It says, "Or do you not know that he who is joined to a harlot is one body with her?" Okay? "For the two," he says, "shall become one flesh. But he who is joined to the Lord is one spirit with him." Scripture then alludes to the fact that this is the only sin man sins against his own body. So we see here, man is condemning himself, and by that same act, agreeing to share all his rights to that of harlotry. Please get the principle here, okay? For example, I know people who could not fully invest themselves into a new committed relationship due to their rights being divided, okay, with someone they have known intimately prior, okay? That is to say, as much as that sex partner occupied that individual's past, that sex partner in a spiritual context legally has much of a right being in their present and future. Here's why. Unless there is a renouncing of these soul ties, meaning an abandonment or rejection of these sexual partners, these rights from past partners, unfortunately, will continue to be exercised, okay? Or continue to be a betrayal of that person, okay? This topic was one of the first intimate and transparent discussions I had with my wife before God. If the two of us were serious about moving forward together as lifelong partners, renouncing these soul ties, previous sexual partners, commitments, lovers, secrets, etc., would have to be abolished and severed in the realm of the spirit, okay? This discussion was not optional, okay? Do what's mandatory for us, okay? All right? Well, that's all I would like to share in this episode. Like always, thanks for watching. Prayerfully, there was something that I said that encouraged you, or perhaps it was something that you will consider. If so, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share. Until next time, live abundantly. Peace.